somebody show me if they really fell out. That's what I said. Like, tell me how they really fell out, or did they go their separate ways? Like,
Oh, I thought you were saying that you confirmed it.
no, I said, can somebody confirm that they genuinely fell out? Because I feel like it's a lot of speculation about whether or not they actually fell out, and I feel like
I don't know if I think it's clear that they fell out, if I'm being honest.
how so?
Like, at this point, not even fell out, but they just not close. Even if they didn't fall out, that they just not close. But
Were
regardless
they
of that,
ever really that close though? Was it?
I
not
feel like
just
they were
the
very loud
market?
about each other, yes, as far as, like, supporting each other, and a couple of them have claimed like, have accomplished some shit in the meantime. They would've been, I feel like, "You go, girl," or you know what I'm saying? Like, Meg then got Duncan, and then she done got a couple other things up until that point. She just said that she got degreed in something else. Glow just moved into a house. Glow just also did something else. I feel like
Yeah,
some
she did something with Gotti, I think, because that's
Yeah, but she's got her like 6 or 7 like real estate house or a house to I don't know, but they didn't have stuff happen where I feel like before they were very loud about at least the support. So like now that stuff has happened and then now we're not seeing them kind of like champion each other on, I do feel like something has happened, whether it's a fallout, a disagreement, or just we not close no more, we not cool, whatever it is. I don't
right.
feel like it has anything to do with Glow's mindset right now. I feel like this is something like else. But I do feel
Like a
like that
situation happened that
no,
caused it.
I'm saying Glow's mindset or the way that she's like talking now is giving something, but I'm not too sure what exactly at this point. It's too early, but it's not like she's not as I guess like down to earth. Maybe she's a little bit more boastful now. Maybe it could just be boastful. Maybe I don't know. But I'm saying whatever is transitioning with her, Glow as a person, with this paired up, possibly like, oh, they had a fallout, it's not helping the optics of Glow as a person, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I just I don't know. I don't know what she really giving for real.
Like, I
just
feel
see
like
her
the
get her work
fans
done for real.
no, right, and that's just what she's doing, but I'm saying, like, I guess the taunting that she's doing right now amongst, like, some of the people online is giving, like I don't know, because it is giving kinda like Meg fans versus her fans in some way, and so it's like, if you're paying attention to Meg's fans or this group kinda talking shit and
Yeah.
you start taunting them, it's like, do you kinda I can see how people speculating, like, maybe y'all do got beef because if y'all didn't, you wouldn't entertain it knowing how people be doing with the fan bases online anyways, you get what I'm saying? Same thing with Carisha and JT. When JT was always getting jumped by whoever the fuck that was online, was it she was trying to bat for Nikki, bro? JT or Carisha was always fucking quiet. The bitch would be like, I just woke up from a nap. Girl, no, you did not. Every single time something happened with that girl, you talk about you just woke up from a nap. What? You being funny.
She always was asleep. She ain't see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She was always asleep every time something was going on. And JT, when they popped off at each other online at some point,
she did have 2 kids like she was.
JT did kind of clock that and say, like, girl, you literally was kind of playing into shit, like whether you want to admit that shit or not. And Carisha was like, girl, no, you didn't. You know that song was about me. Da, da, da. Like we already speculated even with them, you know what I'm saying? How they weren't as loud about each other anymore kind of signaled something changed. So I feel like it's the same thing with Meg and Glow.
I get what you're saying. I could definitely see that when you put up the optics of it all, I guess, when in regards to like the city girls and stuff. But I don't know. Sometimes too, I will say we've seen where the fans create these unknown beasts out of nowhere, and like niggas just don't necessarily care to like prove friendship to y'all. Like it's because I like you get what I mean. Like I wouldn't care to like. I think I seen Dre and Nicole in like from Four Minds and them talking about that. Like, yes, they have arguments or there may be tension in the air, but because they don't bring it to air, that's why there's even more speculation that they don't actually like each other off camera. And it's like they've been friends for some years now, and it's like a lot of people sometimes when you don't give them anything will just come to their own conclusions and just run with it, and then that's law.
I get that too. And I get that also doing shit with your friends. Sometimes you just deal with each other and you be like, bro, like, I just don't want to deal with you right now.
Right.
And it's like, just, the same thing with a family, same thing sometimes with your partner, same time. Like, just another human being, you'd be like, bro, I just don't want to navigate you right now.
Yeah. I love you, but
like
I love you from a distance.
Yeah. Like for right now, I just need a break or whatever. So yeah. I don't know, but let's jump in.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Unpaid Invoices, the place where all creatives can come, listen, lock in, and learn, because we There's two individuals, get it. You know, we've been there, we figured it out. Okay, and this is a safe space for you to kind of vent, chop it up, learn something, get some info, because we're going to touch on everything from business, boundaries, and genuinely everything in between. We will touch on it. And yeah, I'm your girl, Kiera Webster.
And it's your girl, Denise Shay.
We're back with another episode of Unpaid Invoices, as usual. You guys may have heard us chopping it up about the girls, you know, talking about the things, and we're really gonna get right into it. Did you want to have anywhere you wanted to start?
No, I'm following your lead. I'm vibing with everything.
I'm gonna do this really quickly because I just wanted to see it really quick because it wasn't anything. But like Bad Bunny's Super Bowl trailer dropped, I noticed a couple of things in the creative direction of it. Did you see it?
I did.
I support.
My thoughts, first off, love the composition. Whoever's the creative director, as far as like his campaign, because obviously he's pulling from his, culture and everything. So we're seeing specific imagery as far as like colors and all of the even like scenes and like beachy and like you know what I'm saying, type of settings.
And the diaspora too of like the Latino community.
That's what I was gonna say. That also was a thing that I definitely noticed immediately, is that there were multiple shades of Latinos in there, and we can always appreciate that because why the hell would we not?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It makes obviously they're gonna see a lot of color, and I know they're gonna be upset. Super Bowl, the ultimate,
they gonna be so upset. They're gonna be like, get this.
Isn't Turning Point having a response something to the Super Bowl?
Who gonna watch it?
I don't know. I'm just saying, isn't that a thing? I don't know. We're not gonna get that too much.
I'm not even sure.
But anyways, as far as
go, good for you. Y'all get whatever you deserve. So,
but I don't know. What was your thoughts?
Basically the same as yours. I like the setup. I really appreciated the little subtleties that were included in it. I think, they are going to be unapologetically like Hispanic, and I appreciate that. I'm very looking forward to it because I feel like that's needed right now in the climate of what we got going on in our country. We're giving the BBC some information. You know, usually America's over there, across the pond, seeing what they got going on, you know, and their protests and what have you. Nope, BBC's over here. Right. Old Minneapolis. So I'm very excited to see them do their ones and twos and be just unapologetically themselves. So, and I definitely think his team will hold true to that. I mean, he already stood 10 toes down and said, I'm not coming to North America for his tour. So, and I wasn't mad at it.
You know,
it's a world tour. He said, boop, not North America though. You know about that, because I remember they said when he was supposedly going on tour that they were like, oh, ICE is going to be outside. Exactly why he did not, why he is not having a tour here. So I don't know. I think his team is knowledgeable. Pivoting a little bit to a team who was not knowledgeable and purely just goofy as fuck. I that's the best way I could put this, because while LeBron James and Nike thought this was a good idea to release a colorway. Release a colorway of a new shoe. And the colorway was inspired by Hotel Lorraine, where MLK was shot. And this was dropped and released with a press release standing 10 toes down on said thing, saying that we are honoring, memorializing where that nigga got shot. Now, granted, I think their scope was it's a historical location now. It's like a museum and, you know, yada, yada, yada. 10 toes around, 10 toes down. This was a terrible idea. You could have chose anywhere else that man was affiliated with, and you chose the place that he died.
Right.
Or not even died. He was killed, murdered. Assassinated. Like, and then I know this had to go through several checks and balances because y'all released the press release. This went through several hands, several teams, LeBron's included. So the fact that y'all are pushing this and then standing on it, for me, that's just kind of like, I couldn't imagine even being in any of these rooms and not speaking up and being like, hey, get the intent, get the idea. But
Like, is this
maybe we just pick another location that has a decent colorway that we can actually like, do and play off on, because this was just like not a good
is
idea.
this being donated or like
No.
what's happening to the money? Like that's what I'm looking at the story. I'm looking at the colorway. I'm not mad at the colorway. I actually love this.
And it's a good
specific
colorway,
color.
yes, but the association.
But I'm just confused on like where is this going?
No money's going to his foundations,
Yeah,
organizations, children,
that's my
nothing.
biggest thing with this is that like
It just was released on MLK Day.
Yeah, it's just giving. All right, LeBron. I don't know what's going on up there, but hey, you are always on the first page of the book, so I'm not really going to do or say too much about you. You get me? That's just that on that.
Because
Look, anybody who knows me just real quick little bit, I'm not against LeBron, but LeBron to me gives like he just a booster. Like he's a dude that be overselling under whatever, like he's just trying to be the right thing at the right time in the right moment. So this does feel like a money grab in a way. It would have made a little bit more sense to me if he would have. I was looking to see if he donated, right, or like if he was funding something, but I don't know. To go to his assess, yeah, it's giving like using your murder, like I don't know for what,
for clout or for like as a
shoes?
colorway though, because they did it in the colorway of the hotel, and it's just like y'all couldn't find the best suit he wore. I don't know.
I just feel like even if they would have used the colorway of the hotel, there's such a way that he could have went about this, and that he didn't do it at all. No one even attempted.
So you still feel like in this marketing scheme there was some way to commemorate this, and it
correct
come off this way. What is that way? What would you have said?
I
agree with you, but I don't feel like anyone else probably would have seen that. And I do feel like overall this shouldn't have even been like a toe touch in this direction. The colorway is great. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. But I still feel like there's so many red tape.
I would have firstly, I'm asking what really is the point of this. I would automatically assume that maybe you would. Okay, let's just go with the vibe of saying like he wants to just he's a black man and he wants to draw attention to history because we are also right during we're in an era. Hey content creators, today we're going to talk about TubeBuddy. Ever wonder how to get your YouTube videos major exposure and on the main page? Well, TubeBuddy has you, helping you with keywords, thumbnails, and titles. Also having an A/B testing to help you see what your audience likes. It's sure to get you on the main page. Sign up with our exclusive code Unpaid890 or check the link in our bio. TubeBuddy, where creativity meets strategy. Now let's get back to the show. It seemed like it was marketed correctly.
Okay.
Like at all. I feel like if he would have added, there seems to be like no information on anything, right? Like, so if he comes from the step of like,
okay, are you on the press release?
Yeah. Like I'm looking at everything. I'm seeing like very detailed shots of the shoe. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, because it's a product that you're selling for sure. But I'm seeing, hold up, this Long Live the King. Hold up, let me see what this.
Yeah, they went with mostly like the king approach. Because that's what he's called, yada 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 yada. Obviously, Martin Luther King. Like it was just kind of like on the.
I mean, but this feel like a you show, my guy. You combine you and Martin Luther King together.
That's I mean, I'm not what I'm saying. Like it's because to me it reminds me of when they go on the contract, bro.
Like, even as I'm reading the Long Live the King, like respectfully, like at this juncture, I personally feel like if he would have marketed, and then I'm crying at this equality. What is this? Is this like a keychain or something? Okay, I'm saying like there's a way that this could have been done. He just missed a ball. He missed the mark, and everybody did. If you guys would have not focused so much, like I get it, it's a product, right? You're selling a shoe, and this is a colorway that you're playing off of. But because you are using this type of person, to me. Yeah. There should have been an immediate, like, again, I said, like, what's the intent? What's the purpose? I feel like this should have been an educational angle. Specifically because also, like I said, the time that we're in, like, they are trying to change history. They are trying to rewrite narratives. They are trying to do so much. I feel like this should have been kind of like a like, don't forget, like, you know what I'm saying? This is this is American history at the end of the day, because we like, you know, sometimes people like to separate certain stuff, like, and respectfully, Black trauma is American history.
Correct.
So I feel like if they would have came with that angle of providing what actually happened with Martin and focused on him,
Yeah.
the rest was not needed. You are already LeBron James, right? Your name already holds that weight in the fact of like the shoe itself.
Right.
All of this extra, like, oh, shut up and dribble, February 17, 2018, and address, shut up. Like, respectfully, again, this is the same guy who I said, like I said earlier, is always on the first page of the book, and he be lying on the spot whenever he feel like he kind of needs to. I don't know. It's not helping your attention horror allegations, LeBron. It's really not.
Yeah.
And this felt like a money grab. There was a
Also,
way I feel
Nike
like
has
they
had
did it.
several allegations here recently when it comes to their campaigns and just missing the mark socially and just like being aware culturally. Like, that's not really.
That didn't make any sense to go this way. If we're being honest, like, not at all. There was definitely a way that I feel
I
like this
think they
could have
said the
been.
Nike thing with Angel Reese, like them fumbling that.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, and not only with obviously the ad and the education part, but this should have funded a portion of something. It should have went to his cause, and it didn't. So it's just like, it does feel like a money grab. It does feel like
It's about me show.
ingenuine type of thing. I kind of see, LeBron, this is low key why they be saying too, shut up and dribble. I don't know. But hey, man, long live the king. And I'm referencing Martin. To go on the next topic.
The right one, the right king.
Right.
We don't need
The
no
one
other
who fought
kings in
for
the
all
United
for
States
all
of
of us.
America, okay?
The one who just didn't throw a ball, you know. I want to talk about this one because I feel like this one has made a lot of noise. Mr. Vince Staples' show just got canceled.
Wah, 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 wah.
I have my own takes. I have my own takes.
I have no takes. I watched no show.
So I will preface this with season 2 was not, it lost me so much so that I could not finish the season, or it did not grab my attention enough for me to like pay attention to that season. The first season, good. I feel like the first season was going to be somewhat of like, I'm not gonna say, if you've watched Dave, if you watched Atlanta, if you watched these shows that these rappers kind of, you know, they change their ways, they go about their process, blah blah blah. They create these shows, and if you watch Dave, I've watched Dave, and I really like Dave. It's like him touching on his life. Yeah, it's like it's touching on his life.
It's
as
like a hyper-politicized version of their lives.
Correct. And that's what I was going to say. I genuinely thought, not to say that this Vince Staples show should have been like Dave, right? I'm not saying that. But I will say, did I think that when we watched the first season that it was going to be like a notion of us kind of unpacking the misconceptions of Vince Staples as we're watching this plot unfold for this particular, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I thought that's what we were going to get based off the first season. First season was cool. But this second season, bro, it was giving hella Atlanta vibes, and I personally stopped liking Atlanta towards a certain point too, because it was giving very avant-garde to me.
Another show that I fell off of.
It was giving very like,
no, I'm lying my ass off, and I actually never started Atlanta.
I cannot agree with you there. Atlanta,
I didn't. No, because the reason I'll say I actually never started it is because I won't really say I finished it, because the first couple of episodes that I was watching, like, I was semi paying attention and I went to sleep eventually. Like, I fell asleep. So that's why I'm like, I'm not even going. I ain't even cat like that. I ain't even, you know. So my opinion is a slightly skewed from a screenwriter filmmaker's perspective with the Vince Staples and even Atlanta shows. Like, I feel like they should get their opportunity, and they definitely should get their place. Like, just from that standpoint alone. But
yeah,
as a viewer, I would probably agree with you on your take.
Yeah, and I would say also in line with that, like, I'm not saying he shouldn't have did this thing.
Yeah,
you know
no.
Like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. This is what comes with the territory. But I will say that second season reminded me of like the third season of Atlanta, to where it was like, we had this like running plot of things, and then at some point it just feels like that these are episodes, are they start becoming one-offs to some sort of response to some sort of commentary in a way, or like a nod to some sort of,
Like they're
I don't know,
anthropological
like
almost
thought,
more than
in a way, yeah,
yeah.
like we like a conversation was
Like
had
almost
amongst
like
a
a
certain
Black
group.
Mirror type where every
Correct,
episode is different
exactly.
and they're
Like,
more like anthology
yeah,
type.
like it's
Yeah,
giving a response to something
I
that
get
we're
you.
unaware of. So it's
I
like
would
we
actually
have
be
to give
very upset
depth.
with that if I had the beforehand where you said it was all seemingly connected. Like
Yeah,
prior to like and it had
but
a flushed out story, I guess, and that's yeah, that
right.
would kind of upset me a little
It
bit.
started confused, and that's what I'm saying. Even with Atlanta, like at some point, it was like that. Like after the
Mm,
second season, and you get into the third, it's like okay, like still kind of
okay.
applies, still the same thing. But then like it gets to a point where it's like, bro, what's? I'm kind of confused.
You
Like,
know, I
you
thought
know,
that was what Atlanta was this whole time, though. I thought Atlanta was like a like anthropological episodes every like kind of like Black Mirror, like and some would be connected, but some wouldn't. Is that not
and
right?
it was in a
Okay,
way. It
okay,
wasn't a way of like the depth or the layer that you're touching on, right?
okay.
Like how maybe some like Donald Glover's thing or notion that he was touching on that felt like his was a streamline throughout was that he was a Black guy, but he doesn't like usual things, and also he's being fit into the like it felt like he was nodding or touching on like
His experience,
how he
lived
had to navigate
experience, I
life
guess.
coming up
Yeah,
as a rapper, as a Black man, as a what I'm saying, coming from a certain demographic, but also you not kind of aligning with that thing. But also it's like, okay, it's a whole totally different plot from his life. It
gotcha.
kind of was like it was good, and it was
Yeah,
like that, and it was fine. And then I'm telling you, towards some sort of season, it just started getting a little bit too like, okay, it's not like what's
like
going
I said,
on,
this
bro?
shit
Like,
too wonky.
yeah, like what the fuck is going
What
on?
is
I'm getting
going on?
annoyed because now it's like stupid shit keep happening. Like there was a episode where I think it's the third episode where they're getting in the him and his sister. He's having a I don't even know what it is. I think somebody dies. Somebody dies. His uncle dies, and they bring it brings them all together. But his mom and his sister got beef, and they end up getting into this whole thing. And it was like this whole scene, this whole episode. It was just like y'all are bitching and arguing, and I get it, but at the same time it's like, okay, like it just felt like I don't know, it just lost me, bro. And that's just me. I said I was gonna rewatch it because maybe it's just me and I'm not seeing things. But as far as like, yeah, that plot, stable show canceled. Moving on, you want to take the next one?
Yes, I do. I want to.
You should do the one that's stupid funny.
Which one? Because I already know which one I was gonna do.
The Tyrese one.
Oh, no, that was actually not the one I was gonna do. I was actually gonna ask you who the fuck is Paris Hilton selling these ass to? And who is going to a Paris Hilton concert?
I don't know,
I
but
don't know if y'all be scrolling, but I be seeing the bombarded, okay, with her stuff. And I just be like, who is your audience? And you have to pay a lot of money to get all of these ads in everybody's timeline because I seen somebody else make a viral tweet about it. And I was like, I knew I wasn't the only motherfucker who was seeing them goddamn ads. Is you singing one of her songs? Is this a song? Am I not hip? Put me on, bitch, if I'm not hip.
I'm literally just being funny style right now. I don't know what she plays. But
Man.
honestly, her what do you mean? I feel like Paris Hilton is in the same rooms that Mr. 8 baby mamas who first took the step to ruin Twitter for us. So they're all in the same room. I feel like she's
Who are you talking about?
Mr. Musty.
Elon Musk.
Yes, I feel like they all kick it the
Oh,
same, and that's why she probably did. And she is not dumb. She plays like she is. She is not dumb. So I don't know
oh
what you
yeah.
did, Paris Hilton. Maybe you did something strange for the but I'm tired of seeing your ugly ass merch and mine sideline because it's very basic. I'm like, all right, girl, you could have really ate that, but you
Bro,
did nothing.
I'm being so serious when I say I be like, why am I
And you
seeing?
can't block ads either. It'd be like you gotta
No, you cannot. And I just be like, I
you
didn't
gotta
ask for it.
upgrade to like, damn, I gotta upgrade not to see this shit.
Now, how did I get my mouse on my iPad that was on my computer? Jesus.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why Paris Hilton has that. But moving on, honestly, to the next one, that really is.
You feel like it's funny. I looked at that shit and when I seen who it was, because I expected this from the internet. I expect these types of shenanigans from the internet. You know what I mean? But to see that this came from his official account page.
Shayla, what more do you want from me? Honestly, Tyrese, you put your phone down. That's what I want from you. Tyrese is posting these AI renderings of iconic R&B covers. Obviously, you guys, if you've seen any AI, anything right now, what's really going crazy for me is the health AI, where it's like showing you what it's like I'm blah blah blah, and I make your skin.
I love
glow.
those
Like,
ones because
yeah, that's what I'm
like,
saying.
wow,
I like those ones, but imagine like R&B people in like the height of their album. So it's going through like this little thing,
and then
of,
they be
like all the
morphing it from
eras.
one to the other and be like,
Yeah, and then the ending was crazy. I was like,
I didn't even watch it to the end. Once it got to D'Angelo, I said, I got pissed off. I said, "Nigga, you're not gonna do my bookie who just died like this." No.
honestly, he did everybody, but what do we expect from
No.
a bald, milk-dudded head man? Nothing. Moving on to another man who has milk dud shapes.
Oh.
NBA Youngboy. He just became certified.
Really?
What is it?
All time. Apparently.
126 RIAA certified titles. Yeah. 126.
Y'all be listening to that man, huh?
Somebody I seen, they said they
Explains a lot of y'all brain cells being missing.
I'm not gonna lie, he's not a bad rapper, but honestly, like he's not a
To
song
listen on repeat, yeah. But
yeah. He's kind of like a raw wave to me.
He just said something recently for me that it gave very much you're gonna be on that red hat pill shit soon.
Oh, for sure. I see that.
You saw that interview?
I didn't see the interview, but I could see what you're saying because that pipeline is so easy. It's so easy.
Right. He said, I'm just because people were like, what do you mean by like the Trump something? And they were like, he said something basically to the effect of like, I'm just trying to emulate whatever he He who? He the president? And then like the person clarified, like, you mean Donald Trump? He was like, in his very eye, possibly could be intoxicated and inebriated at all times, energy. Yeah, basically. Like I was like, bro, okay, see, now everybody's doing this grift. And it's like it's such an easy grift, I feel like at this point. It's like it's so noticeable. And to the people who don't notice it, it's like y'all are the people I worry about. And when we end up in the fucking divergent, okay, like, all right, cool.
I already know which one.
Listen, I'm gonna be a divergent. I don't know what to tell y'all.
I don't even care about y'all.
Put me on the outskirts of the town now, this shit.
Bro,
I'm gonna be a divergent because I don't understand this.
I don't know. I guess moving on from that guy, but shout out to the records, the title things.
BT Dubs, we're closing out a lot of tabs, man. Because we listen, a lot of stuff has been happening, but also just the random shit. Y'all just been doing a lot of
shit. Someone that I actually, yes, I love that you just said that random shit. Let's get into the next tab. Mr. Daniel Caesar, you come to the front stage with your freaking big old forehead looking ass. If you don't know, Daniel Caesar just basically he was on, I want to say, was he on the Breakfast Club? What was he on?
Girl, I don't even know because I didn't even see it.
Tower 105. Sorry, he was not on the Breakfast Club. Sorry, I see Charlemagne and I automatically think sometimes Breakfast Club. That's my bad.
Is that not? Oh, I guess.
Wait, no. Okay, no, I'm not tripping. Okay, no, I'm not tripping because Jess is on there now. Sometimes I Nevertheless, Daniel Caesar showed up to the Breakfast Club, obviously with his big head ass, and they asked him a bunch of things, and he just got to spewing, and he got to talking, and he got to saying a bunch of shenanigans. And we asked you not to shenan again the last time I I thought, I don't know. Last time we heard this guy speak, he was vouching for what is her name?
Jules.
Yes. Yeah. He got canceled because of that. Now he comes back out and he's talking about the only people that he knows to be faithful in their relationships are white people. I was like, all right.
What?
He also said something about, I couldn't really get through the clips.
He doesn't really say anything. This is what they say, talking at the side of your neck. You remember your mama used to say that. You talking at the side of your neck. That's what he doing. He got a little nice little ugly thin mouth right there on the side of his neck that all this bullshit be coming out of.
Someone said, Yeah, ever since this, came out, he's been getting inflamed, of course, because every time we hear you talk, it
Yo,
is
cape and
always
fro.
downing the community that you are a part of. And at the end of the day, we don't have time for raccoons at this point. I need you
Really
guys,
don't.
as far as journalists and like platforms, to kind of stop giving these people space, because if they don't like their own so much, let's just see what it looks like when the others show up for them. I'm just curious, since we're
Yeah.
just oh so bad and oh so you know what I'm saying? Let's just let them, take over and unhug them and feed them and, titty baby them. I feel like that's what we should do. But that's the latest on that big cranium man.
I
And
think he needs to figure his life out for sure. Like, if you what are you like now? I'm like, bro, are you crooning about Caucasian people's in
this
your
might be a grift
songs?
too. Honestly, I feel like some of y'all at this point just like or just know what
Like the
rides up
rage
the
baiting type
community.
bull?
Yeah, like y'all just
Yeah,
know and
I would
he
agree with
did just
that.
drop an album. So honestly, Daniel, is this, now that I'm thinking about this a little bit more, is this just a little thing for you to kind of get
Mm.
promotion for your album? Like, I would really just appreciate if you guys just kind of sung and made y'all's music and just did that. I don't understand why we have to do these other
Yeah.
things.
It's giving very attention seeking, and so to that, it's like I don't really have no support for you. And when people coming for your neck, then I hope you got, a little rash guard or something. I don't know. Like, do what you can, I guess, because it just don't make no sense. Um,
I'm over it.
I
But
also feel like it doesn't make sense to for you to continue this campaign. Like, I don't. It'd be so unprovoked for me to be unprovoked. Like, nobody asked you. Who is asking you questions about why you feel
yeah,
like
like
this? Like,
I don't know
it's like
how
you
they got
find
on
some
this.
way to even get there is like very
I don't know
strange.
how they got on this.
How your brain works to even get to this is very interesting. Like, you like need to go see that
I
lady.
think he just hates himself, honestly.
And
So
again, you might need to go see that lady, man. You really might need to see that
he
lady.
probably is going to go see the lady that ultimately is not going to tell him about himself,
It's
honestly.
probably look. It's probably gonna be a.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mhm. We're on the same page.
Oh, it's gonna be one of them.
But with that being said, we're done hearing you talk. I might check out your album, I guess. I don't know.
Will you?
Respectfully.
You feel like you would give it some time? I don't know if I'm gonna give it time.
His
I'm tempted to.
album, and that's
I'm
just like
tempted
in
to.
the I'm saying that because like maybe, I don't really see it happening, because me personally, like once I kind of don't rock with you as a person, it's just naturally easy for me not to seek you out.
Because I really have not listened to a Daniel Caesar song anything
Not since
current.
like the old one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The old
What's
one.
the new jeans or whatever this shit?
I don't know, girl.
It
I
was
don't
that one
know.
song that everybody's listening to because it's probably still in my playlist. Girl, I still got the original Jhené Aiko up in there.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm tired of talking about that guy though. Let's get into the guy who actually should be celebrated. Mr. Wisdom K. He was just recently seen at Paris Fashion Week for Amiri, the fall winter 26.
A lot of people were actually like in Paris right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Umbrellas
I
are
have
out.
seen quite a bit of people.
Yeah, I loved his outfit. I love this look. He's very stylish to me. When he gets in his more feminist, metrosexual bag, it be a little much for me.
You don't
But
like, is that what you feel like this look is?
no, not this particular look. I'm just saying
Oh,
overall. Like when he gets in more in his like effeminate looks, I just feel like, sure.
just a second.
That's a little too much for me. But I do enjoy his style overall.
Yeah, I do like what he showed up in. He is a suave guy. I love seeing him
Yeah,
put stuff together.
super suave.
And I
Super, he
also
seems
love,
very
love,
down to
love.
earth too.
Oh, for sure. He used to have I used to see that he used to talk about how he was not used to people just kind of coming up to him, even when he started building up his following, and it used to kind of give him a lot of anxiety. I think he's probably obviously getting used to it, seeing how he's probably, bigger appearances and everything. But um hopefully he's doing, the greatest. Mr. Wisdom K, because I feel like the last time, what wasn't he not invited somewhere and people made it a big deal because there were a couple influencers that were invited over him. I want to say was it the last Met Gala?
He was there though. He was there at the
Was
last.
he the
Yeah.
last one, or was it the one before? I think it was the one
I
before.
think it might have been the one before. I don't know. Look and see. Met Gala 2025, Kai Wisdom. Let me see. Because I genuinely thought he was. Because
Wait, hold up.
last
You said
year's,
Kai? I
I
said K.
mean, not Kai. You know who I
Is it
mean, though.
Wisdom K? Okay, I'm like, I was trying
It's,
to make
I
sure.
mean, no, I thought it was Wisdom Kai. Okay.
I thought it was K.
I don't know, child.
I don't even know. Yeah, you can literally type his name up and he comes up. Yes, everything comes up.
So 20, okay,
2024.
so it's
God damn.
2024 or is it 20? Yeah, girl, what did you do?
I said, yeah, 2024. Last year's was 25. Girl, we're in 26.
I know, that's what I'm I'm looking for it, but you were like, yes, this stuff is popping up. I was like, did you think it wasn't?
Oh no, I
Um,
honestly didn't. Man, I haven't, honestly. But yeah, it was 24 when he actually went to the Met Gala. I think people were tripping
because
because
that
he
was the
didn't do.
burnt look, right? That was the
Yeah,
burnt.
but he didn't do 2025, and I remember him speaking about it, and he said that he was not
Invited.
mad about it. Yeah, he was not invited. Yes, to the 2025 one. He said,
Interesting.
I was not invited to the Met. I know you guys wanted to. Ooh, it's blurry. Want to see me there, so just letting y'all know. Looking forward to seeing all the beautiful, things and
Sidebar, put a pin in that. I'm gonna open up a tab real quick because I just see what the fuck you said Gorilla was saying. Da-da-da-da-da. We're doing a callback, folks. We're doing a callback. Did you see what she tweeted? So do any of you hoes get a raise for trying to figure out why a bitch looked so beautiful yesterday? Rent pay, anything, or y'all
yeah,
just
that's what I was talking about.
take that mad that a bitch gorgeous for free? Let me know in the comments. Nobody mad. We just remember how you looked. Are you getting paid for remembering that? Why does it matter so much to you?
I'm crying.
That's such a Leo response, bro.
Are you getting paid to remember that? It's so funny. Like maybe that's what I would have said.
Somebody said she'd be so bothered. Just post your filtered ass videos and pics and move on, baby. Oh, okay. I didn't know she was getting these, but I see what you mean now in reference to earlier.
She's a
Uh,
little bit more catty, and I guess that's what I
just
mean.
a tad, but I could
Like
kind of
before, it
see
used to be like a down
why.
to earth, ain't nobody worried about y'all niggas. That you know what I'm saying? And she used to kind of keep it pushing, but now it feels like she's just a little bit more catty or
I don't feel like
sensitive.
she can now, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like she. Yeah, I don't feel like she can. I need more. I feel like she's at a point now where she already knew this was coming, and she's at the point where like y'all gonna hear my mouth now.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. It could be confidence. It could be arrogance. It could be so many things. I think it's like I
For
said
sure.
earlier, it's too soon to really finite what it is.
Yeah.
I could easily see her just like how you said, kind of feeling like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now I'm gonna be whatever I want to be, and I'm tired of y'all talking about me,
Facts.
and I'm gonna do the things that I want to do because y'all gonna talk about me anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna
Facts.
get this nose done. Yeah, I'm gonna da da da. Yeah, I'm gonna, But ultimately, like I said.
Or
I
like a
think
bitch could have changed her mind type shit. Like da da da.
yeah,
Type
yeah,
of
yeah. And as I'm like, I could see the Meg thing kind of inflating some stuff too, but ultimately,
mm,
I don't know. Like I said, it's too early. We don't know. Like you said, it really has not been confirmed, even though I feel like there are some things that you could take to kind of, infer. So yeah,
what we can't infer is that P Valley will ever come back though.
it won't.
You don't think so?
No.
Really? I have
Mm.
a tinge of hope. I'm not gonna lie. Just a tinge. Just a tinge. Um, it be making me think though, like what be well, it doesn't make me think. I'm curious to know if there are several things at play that could be affecting this. One of
Well,
them
of
being the
course.
studio mainly and the direction of P Valley, um, with their showrunner. Because I know she was getting a lot of pushback at one point from her in the studio. Like they were just not jiving at one point. So I don't know. But then I think of like also the Stranger Things of it all,
Right.
like people coming back to the show being even more hype and it having even more lore and hysteria behind it. Um, so I don't know. I really want this show to be come back. I would have to definitely go back and rewatch some of last season to remember what the hell happened, but I definitely want it to come back. And so I really hope. that we get another P Valley here soon because I miss it. I'm trying to get back to the pink. Trying to be back in the pink.
I mean, yeah.
Meet y'all back down at the pink. I would literally download stars or watch it bootleg just for y'all. Like, and y'all ain't been back in since Narnia. Euphoria is coming back before y'all are.
Interested in that at that point. I'm not gonna lie. I'll watch it for the sake of having some commentary on it, but I'm not necessarily interested in like my expectations, I'll say, are not high. I just kind of want to see how they close it out.
For Euphoria?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of would agree with that too. I kind of just want to see like how this is gonna go. Also, too, to just see some
We've already seen
who came back, if you will, like who all came back and how they decided to make some choices and how, like you said, have some commentary on them. Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't really have anything else. I agree.
I'm not invested.
How would you feel though, or do you have any commentary on if you decided to go buy a Hermes bag? Hermes, excuse me. If you decided to go buy a Hermes, would you be okay with being stalked? Your socials being looked at, seeing if you qualify. Do you have on the Hermes bouquet? Do you carry a Richard Mille? Yeah, if you got on a Rolex, it's a no. Yeah, it's giving flashy. It's giving you might be a scammer, apparently.
Okay, so they're pre-approving. Yeah, that pre-approval process, right?
No, they said they just stalking people. They Googling their clients, the home addresses. Is it prestigious enough? Are you deemed worthy enough to be the owner of a Birkin? Some of their
Birkins is ugly. Let's get to that.
That's what they said, like a quota bag. Like if it's one of their, one of the ones, like are you deemed worthy enough to be with that bag? They're checking your social media too. So you better have a social media. And if you just bought the bag, like say you just bought one of they top dollar bags, they checking to see the resale sites. And if you reselling, blacklisted. Which I feel like that is fair. But
I mean that's fair.
That part is fair to me. The rest of it is a little bitch, if I come in with my Rolex on this day, what if I just happen to have my Rolex on that day when I decided to shop? Like imagine how asinine that is. Like imagine I might have a Richard Mille or I might have an automatic pushette. But you telling me
I'm not
what?
So honestly, I don't really care. Don't get me wrong. I
just want one. It'd be one and it would be a family heirloom. That would be
I was gonna say some of them are cute, most of them that I've seen are ugly. I like specific colorways and specific like textures, like the snakes or whatever.
The ostrich.
I'm not invested enough to where it's like you have the rights to do all of this. I'm also not a label whore. So yeah. I know some of you are label whores. That is
I just feel like that's crazy of a brand to do that. It has to the point like it has to be investigated. Like that's kind of wild. Like y'all out here really investigating people that bad and profiling, which is like again to the last one I understand, but the rest of it is kind of like, bitch, what if that's my summer house? What if that's my vacation house? Like I don't know. Like you're looking into my business that don't really concern you. You don't even make enough. You work here. Like I don't like to me that would piss me off. That would really upset me and my homegirls because if I can't go to Bella Noche's, where the hell can I go? Like what?
Nowhere. You shouldn't have
Bella Noche's not even there no more, bro. You hear? They tore Bella Noche's down.
It's been a minute though.
I was like, that's crazy. Do you have anything else, or we can get in the topic?
We can get in the topic now.
Sweet beans. I feel like this is.
I feel like we've kind of touched on this, but not really.
Exactly, which is why I was like hoping we could really like maybe flesh it out and maybe go some places that we haven't. So essentially, I guess what we have addressed in certain areas of failure, is that the key element to not be a failure is to keep trying, and being a creative and in being, someone who's kind of figuring things out tangentially as you go along, or in tandem, excuse me, as you go along. you're gonna fail. Like you're gonna drop the ball. You're bound to. Like, you don't know everything, right? So you
Right.
have to start to learn and build certain things in place, and that comes only via experience. So I feel like we've touched on that element of it, but I guess I want to necessarily or highlight some of the like mental aspects, some of the emotional aspects that you may go through, and then just like how to rely on the people that you have, some of the things that we've done in the past, like just some of those navigating skills, but maybe just again, like I said, flesh it out just a little bit more for the people because it is something to really just kind of become, I feel like, okay with, familiarize yourself with failure. Um, in all of its aspects, is if that's criticism, if that's again, just not necessarily maybe meeting a certain goal of it and what that looks like for you and knowing what your goals are and
Mhm.
all of that jazz. But I will let you first, I guess, how many times do you allow yourself to fail?
As many times as I need in order to learn the damn lesson.
That's a good answer. I
I
would
feel
agree with
like
that.
I, and that's just because it's like I can't really quantify like that, and I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that if you just get to a point where you really don't care about how many times, whether it's like more or less or whatever,
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
I would agree. I
So
agree with that. Yeah.
I don't really have a thing. I just think like your overall relationship with failure, like how you said, we have touched on maybe specific experiences or failure moments, but
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily like the how many times have I or whatever. But ultimately, I just feel like you just need to have a good relationship with failure and really see it as like your buddy in the way of like this is showing you exactly what does not work
Mm-hmm.
specifically for you. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Don't I don't know. I feel like yeah. I don't know. Do you have a threshold for failure?
um, I think I have gotten better with my threshold of failure. I think
I think I have a better way of phrasing that, to be honest with you. Do you have what is your recovery process from failure?
mm, I would say in the past, because I'll use like just a comparison, because I feel like in the past I would really beat myself up internally. Um, it was always like how they say like you're your harshest critic. Like I genuinely just I feel like I'm very much my worst critic. Like people will be like, oh, that's not bad. It's not you're like, oh, it's okay. But like I'm like, nah, that's not good enough. And some of that was probably like, a good perseverance type of thing of like just wanting to be better. But I do feel like it started to play in that perfectionism thing. And when it came to failure in like receiving criticism, I took criticism as failure. I shouldn't be getting criticism. I shouldn't be getting criticized. You should be perfect. They should be able to look at something and you did it perfectly the first time. And if you're getting criticism, you fucked up. Like it was that severe for me at one point.
Mm.
Um, I feel like
But what was your process from that? Like even when you got the criticism, like how did you
from it,
navigate
like
that
I
failure?
wouldn't.
Like how would your what is your I guess what are your first steps to like be better than the failure? Like are you taking a moment to like
I definitely know that
reevaluate?
I definitely would say I would listen to them, whomever was giving said criticism, and make sure that I was open enough to hear it because I remember my mom always being like, you don't want to be that person who they taking the time to give you criticism or in a constructive criticism at that, and you are ego, and yada, doing that whole thing. So I genuinely try and take it, but I would just always frame it from a personal narrative. And I feel like how I would get out of it was just from a place of you need to do better. Like, do it again. Like, you need to become an expert at this thing. You need to become like, you need to be very knowledgeable of this thing so that no one could ever criticize you on that. That was like my way of just like not stopping and not being a failure, I guess, in that.
Mhm.
Um, and it worked for a time, and like I said, over time I had to realize like you're going to get criticism, like it's bound to happen. You're not a perfect person.
Mhm.
um and then now it's probably like, okay, what was the criticism? Like I said, I'm still being open to the criticism, and then not taking it as personally and just being okay with just doing the thing. And I don't know, also too, like how I talk to myself is different. My
I
internal
remember,
monologue is very
yeah,
different when I'm
yep.
handling my failure now. Versus back then, it was still very like very harsh, like very, very harsh, to the extent of how I would talk to myself in my internal monologue. Versus now, it's like I give myself a little bit more grace, but I am still like, okay, so we need to do this better. We need to be this better. We need to circumvent ourselves maybe in this capacity. We need to do this better because you're not going to be perfect. And again, as we get older, like bitch is about to start touch 30, like there are things that are just not going to be as readily receptible to me as it was in my early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just going to be things that just come a little differently. So yeah, I think that's probably how I recover now better from failure. I haven't had any like crazy failures in career, like in my creative career. I've had failures in my other career and just in life in general. And even in that, it's like I know that I'll be okay. Like I in those areas I have gone through so much to know that like you literally could try and swing a baseball bat at me and I guarantee you might hit me, but I might duck too. So you don't ever know. Like I don't know. Like I'm coming back swinging either way. I hope you know that. Like so
Right.
it's just kind of one of those situations now. I think that's maybe my recovery time when it comes to failure now. What about you?
Mine is pretty quick, honestly. I would definitely agree to the idea of like the self-talk is different. It's way more mature. I'm way more
Mhm.
calm. I'm way more like, hey girl, we can't do everything.
Yeah.
Just like on some
Like,
like,
hey.
like respectfully, like I know you want to do this right now, but you like can't
Yeah,
sometimes.
like you like literally
Um
can't.
Versus back then, it's like, why the fuck are you not doing this
Right.
shit right now? You know you could be.
You
Why are
goddamn.
you eating right now? You could be fucking spinning out an idea right now. Like you know what I'm saying? So yeah. As far as my threshold for failure is definitely like super wide now at this point, big.
Yes. I'm actually
Um
okay with it. I welcome it a little bit more, I feel like.
yeah, I'm leaning into it honestly. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like overall, just having a good relationship with failure and not
Mhm.
really. I don't. I would say for anybody not to even just to try not to even quantify it. Like
Yeah.
however many fails need to get you to to a
Yeah.
point where you understand it, because at some point you'll get it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, failing is just a lack of something. At some point you're going to have everything that you need.
Yeah.
So
And that's I think too, people be like, oh, I started the business and it didn't work out. Were there things like there was something in that in that failure that you take away? Like I feel like there's a lot of people who like even if you relate it to love, like did it work out? No, but did you learn something? Walk away with it from something. And some people be like, oh, I didn't walk away with nothing. And it's like, I mean, I'm sure if you want to look at it that way and you want to keep that perspective, you can have that. But sometimes you might just if you look hard enough, you really might see like, oh, I could
what
have,
was it?
yeah,
Yeah.
like there was something that I could take away from this. And generally that happens when you lower your pride, you lower your ego and allow yourself to be open to the failure and really be like, oh, okay. Like you said, like, hey girl, maybe we do it this way.
Right.
Maybe we pivot this way. Maybe next time before we start the business, we seek out business mentors. Maybe we seek out business professionals who've done this for years, who can give you the keys and the codes and the shortcuts so you don't have to research all of them. Like that's how you learn from the failure. Because a lot of times I think people will fail, 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 and then they'll be like, I'm just not, and it's like,
Mm.
no, there was something in that you were missing, and that's why you continue to fail because you didn't pick up the
I
pieces
think
that you need to get from it.
anything worth right. Anything worth fighting for or having is going to try and knock you.
For sure.
So if this thing is bigger than you, if this thing is like, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna
Yeah.
3 fails is not enough. That's not the sacrifice that's
Let
gonna take.
alone if you're multi-talented, like in one
That's what I'm
specific
saying.
area,
Like,
like
so
you
you
gonna
can't
fail probably 20, 30, 50, 60,000 times in one area
one
and
area.
then a whole nother area. Yeah, like
It
Yeah.
could be a lot if you just don't have a good relationship with failure, but
Yeah,
ultimately
it
you
could be
know how when to sit your ass down, and you also are aware of your blind spots and you're pacing yourself. I definitely feel like it is possible. It of course it's possible because we see successful people every single day. Whatever that means to you, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But
Every
yeah,
successful person says that though. Like I feel like every self-help book or whatever generally says something to the association of having a good relationship with failure. Because generally with failure, it's usually associated is that there's a connection to trying. And I
right.
feel like we've talked about it.
You should never be mad at trying. You should never feel a way about trying something.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you really get to the knit and the grit of things, and there's truth in it, even in notions like or things like that of like you trying. If you're trying, then you already acknowledge that you haven't did this before. If you haven't did this before, why would you get it off that?
Right.
If you
Have there
haven't,
have there have
if
there
you
been
won't get it
times where you have gotten things off the bat? Yes. But
right,
those are the
that's not gonna happen
exceptions to the rules.
every time. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not
Exactly.
gonna happen every time though.
Right. Just be
Like,
realistic sometimes. Like be
and
real with yourself.
and look, and it, as long as you do that, you really should be good. All these keys, these 4 keys. Look, you
It's
should be fine.
simple, it's straight to the point. I think there was something else. Oh, that I was gonna say. I was gonna say to close it out in your be so fucking for real, what would you say to your recent or latest failure?
Oof, my latest failure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a failure, but I'll say a commentary to my recent delays. Be so fucking for real. You are one person and you really can't do everything at the same time. There are quite literally 4 things now that I'm trying to like juggle,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to be okay with the ebbs and flows of whatever that looks like. So like this notion of like getting down on myself about like OMG it's just so much, or OMG I wanted to do this but now I feel like time has passed and I don't, hey, be so fucking for real, do the things. We don't have time for all of this. We've already acknowledged there's a lot of things, so just do what you can.
Yeah.
And stay consistent with doing, period, because for me it does show up differently. Sometimes I'm able to do photos, sometimes I'm able to do design, sometimes I'm being commissioned like crazy, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But that's the beauty of, I feel like, the life that I'm trying to build in the grand scheme
Mm-hmm.
is being able to have many wells to provide me with a lot of things in abundance. So yeah, that's what I would say. Like, be so fucking for real. My delays are my delays, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
A delay is not anything other than just a delay. Doesn't mean that you're not gonna get the thing.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I was just kind of rambling. Hopefully that made sense. Go ahead.
No, I mean,
What's your be so like for real?
might be so fucking for real to my latest failure. Similarly in that vein. Mine is more so with my fear and anxiety lately. Um, has been really trying to keep what you were saying of the like just keep moving and doing the do. Has been really trying to keep me from doing the do.
Mm-hmm.
um and just that like it's really this thing of I made a commitment to be my tap into my young self where I was just so unapologetically confident in anything and everything that I did. Um Now I just feel like sometimes like this anxiety like to sit down and write, to have these moments of ideas and not being able to fully flesh them out. Like be so fucking for real, bitch. You are talented. Be so fucking for real. You know you can do this. Like this is not something that we need to be afraid of, but
Right.
just sit down and do it. And let's
Bro,
get
and pace yourself too. I feel like a lot of anxiety, and I read something the other day that said, for specific people who have like a certain I won't say like calling, but I'll say it in the way of like maybe they're a little bit more in tune with themselves and they are trying to do a lot of things. And I say in tune is like a spiritual aspect of it. Of the you really got to go off your intuition and what you feeling then. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when you're not moving within a certain space, I think that's when anxiety comes about because ultimately you're pushing yourself or you're doing too much or you're doing the wrong thing. If you felt calm in whatever you were doing, obviously that was signal maybe that's what you're supposed to be aligned to do. I feel like when I looked at stuff that way, it kind of started making sense. So like, I'm not gonna lie.
I will agree with that. I to that notion, it's funny because I have been feeling heavily something else that I have been wanting to get to, and it's funny because it is tied to that unapologetic kid side of me. But even in that, I'm just like, I don't even know, like, I
You
don't
just gotta
know.
touch yourself, bro. That's
I
all it
like it's
is.
my mind is already like, how is that like the logistics of my brain is already like, if you want to pursue this, this is now another thing that you.
But you never know though. It could also be something that you need to do in the process of that will kind of click for something else. That's one thing that you never know. You
And
don't
I
even need to
do.
do the thing in full. Sometimes you don't even need to do the
And
thing
so
in
that's
full.
funny you even say that because that's what it was like. It was like I feel very called to, like, an offline I'll specify, but I feel very called to do this one specific area. You know this, but there's a specific lane that will not only touch into some other things, but it is something that you were moving in the area of in your childhood. And it
Mm.
does flow into
Oh, I
my,
feel like I already know what you're talking about.
yeah, we've
So
talked
yeah.
about it a
Well,
little
yeah, I
bit.
was about to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
I,
yeah.
if it's what I think, then we've already talked about this. You
Man,
already know how I
and
feel about it.
remember, but do
So
you
yeah,
remember a couple of years ago that people were just like, "Hey, are you? Hey, are you?" And I
yeah,
was vehemently like, "No,
no, yeah.
no, 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 no." So then it was like the commercial side of it, and I was like, "Well,
Huh?
that is a bag, though." Immediately, my mom was like, "Well, that is a bag," but then I was like, "There's something else tied to this that I just don't
It's a
necessarily."
deeper thing, and that's honestly why you're being called to it. And that's yeah, you need to. Because
So
like
anyways,
I
yeah,
felt
be
the
so
same
fucking
way,
for real,
bro.
Kiera. Just go ahead and start to pursue this. And
Yeah, because you
but
really
I do
never
still feel
know, bro.
called though. Like it's weird how I could see, like I can see how it will play out, but it's also like I just, and as I say it, I'm realizing, like, again, it's not, it's a control thing. So
Yeah, you trying to do it the way that you want. That's like how I told you. At some point, I was like, "Oh, I want to switch over from photo, go to because I want to, do design." And then it showed up the way that it did. And then at
yeah,
some point, when I was doing the design, I was like, "Bro, I'm feeling the way about the photo. Like, I feel like I can't do da 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 da." But now I'm
yes,
at a point where it's like I've learned so much processes and techniques in regard to like the design stuff that I'm able to now cross apply some of the stuff that should add ease to the photo
yes,
process. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
yes.
Sometimes you don't know what needs to be shown to you. It's not even you need to full on complete the thing, but you just need to follow through with whatever your intuition and the calling is at the time. You may not know why. It doesn't matter the why. The why is not on you at that time. It's just you doing. If you're called to do it, then just go do it. The why will
And
be
so
revealed.
again, I say, be so fudging for real, Kiera. Just do.
Yeah. Get on it. Get
Just do.
on it.
Because I was trying to really apply it in certain areas. And I was like, why? It was coming, but it was like, there's just been this missing piece. And it was really making me question my ability to write. And it's like, I was like, I know I can, but it, do you remember when I told you there was a point too where I felt like I was like, I feel like I'm just like the ideas person. And I know I'm more than that. But right now,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just like, I'm having just ideas. I'm having ideas, but they're not fleshed out. Like, I know I have to flesh these out. But then when I get into it, it's like, I don't really
Yeah.
feel too much of it. It's not really like nothing I really want to put my teeth into. And I know when I
Yeah.
feel that, like, I know how I am when I get in those types of scenarios. So it's just like, I don't know. Definitely just have to. Do the do and be the
I was
be.
about to say you need to do the things, anything that I think that I am, just to close us out, because I think this is a perfect moment. Anything that riles up your spirit, that makes you afraid, that feels like it's nerve-wracking, that makes you kind of sweat a little bit and it gives you
Yeah.
anxiety. You need to do it.
Yeah. I
Literally
would
need to
agree.
do it. I will preface, not some stupid shit like anything like impeding on people's rights or anything like that.
Yeah. Or
Um,
that's gonna put you in harm's way. Or that
Correct. Or
just is
someone else in harm's way.
yeah.
Since people
Or
like
that
to
will
be,
create life.
yeah, that, um like, I
That's some
obviously,
real nigga shit, bro.
I mean, yeah, but ultimately, if you, yeah, I feel like there's a deeper thing with that. I've always noticed, and even sit here lately, you brought up the fact of like stuff as a kid. I too have also been having like, kind of like parallels, not necessarily me doing things as a kid, but just kind of like things that I ironically said that I wanted to do when I was a kid that I'm doing now. So,
Mm.
it's like, actually, girl, I think younger you would look at you and be like, you cool as shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and it's like, who knows how the rest of the time can be? Because, we're put in these positions to kind of reveal our talents and what we're supposed to be
For
doing and
sure.
all the other stuff. So, but you can't see that if you are too scared to move, you guys. So,
Yeah.
I
Just move.
feel like, get to it. It's the start of the year. We're in 2026. Obviously, we are not even in February yet. The love month is on the way. And I knew you were gonna do that. Shout out y'all lovebirds. Shout out y'all fake lovebirds. Shout out y'all the wannabe
Right.
lovebirds. And shout out the birds that ain't even love us,
That's not in the sky no more because the sky is empty because y'all all down here.
We are
With that
all
being
one big.
said, this is Unpaid Invoices. We hope you enjoyed this lovely, illustrious chatting that we have done in your ears. I am Kiara Webster.
And I'm your girl Danique Nashay. And obviously, thanks for chilling with us, hanging with us, and
Oh yeah, this is Unpaid Invoices. You remember that from the he was like, oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like, bro.